Well, it was a wild game Saturday, but the Texas defense made enough plays, the offense scored points, and the most important thing, Texas got a W. But as you see there, some young guys really making an impact on this Texas defense. You saw Josh Turner, Kendall Thompson made some plays, Steve Edmond, Michael Thompson. And to talk more about this Texas defense, the defensive coordinator, Manny Diaz, joins us now. Coach, you've had to play a lot of young guys. You've talked about how every week you see some improvement, you see something that may show, you know what, it's starting to click. Go ahead and give us your assessment on how some of these young guys played against Baylor.
Yeah, every week those guys are going to make a handful of plays that you're really excited about, and every week they're going to make a handful of plays that you're really not excited about. What's happening is that the plays you're not excited about are being reduced. They're getting smaller and smaller, but they're still there, and that leads to some of our consistency as coaches. We have to find a way to continue to get that fixed. But there's no doubt that I thought Steve Edmond played the best game he had been a linebacker, making an important play. You see Michael and Josh Turner both involved in the turnovers, which were really, really important plays in the game. Ced Reed getting his first sack, which is really vital to his confidence. And again, that's what it comes back to, is that these guys have to play good to feel good. And that's what we've been trying to stress to them, is to continue to work on getting better, and now they get the rewards.
A guy who really played probably his best game, I'll leave it up to you as a Longhorn, is Josh Turner. We saw the interception, made some plays from the safety position too. He also had something to say after the game about the chemistry of the defense. Take a look.
I feel like we play like we loved each other. Our previous two games, the ones that we lost, we played like we liked each other. We didn't play so good, but tonight we came along.
Well, Coach, we hear Josh Turner talking about the chemistry of this team, and we liked each other, but we really loved each other tonight. You had similar statements after the game. What do you think Josh meant by that?
We have a close-knit defense. We have a good nucleus of guys. They do get along with each other well. But one of the things we looked at coming in the last couple of weeks and the tough losses we had is that we didn't look like on the field. Great defense in the field understand that they're not alone. It's hard to play defense alone, and that led to some of, I thought, our hesitation. That led to some of our tackling issues, because if you feel alone, you become tentative. And if you really believe in your brothers, you believe that they're going to be there and everybody's going to do their job, then you can play faster. I think it took us a while, even in the Baylor game, to get to all that, but I do think that over the course of the game, I thought we played faster, more aggressive, and tackled better because of it.
Well, it appeared to the layman's eyes, at least, that you were tackling a little bit better. I do know at practice, you guys worked on tackling a lot. You have worked on it. It's been physical practices the last couple weeks. You know, talk about the tackling on tape. When you look at the Baylor tape, how much better has the defense gotten?
From a tackling standpoint, it was much better, especially tackling in the open field. I thought the way the game began, DeMarco Cobbs made 3 or 4 tackles in the open field. You could tell what sort of their plan. They're going to put the ball in space on some quick screens and flares and see if we go out there and tackle it. And just even a play like right there with Adrian Phillips, just being aggressive, just going, boom, there's Josh Turner on a run that we didn't. Again, as we mentioned, we made our 18-yard plays stayed 18-yard plays. Now we got to fix. We don't want 18-yard plays.
Right.
What was killing us was when those plays became huge plays. Baylor is a very explosive offense. They only had 3 pass plays of over 20 yards or more, which is very unusual for them. So part of that was because of the tackling after the catch.
Well, you mentioned Steve Edmond probably had his best game as a Longhorn, 10 tackles. What did Steve do on Saturday that allowed him to be successful?
I think Steve is becoming more comfortable in our scheme in terms of stopping the run. Play with a better effort than he has. I think he's getting in better shape, getting more used to the speed of the game. Tackled violently right there. Great job wrapping up and violent finish with his arms. And just becoming more of the guy. You know, it just takes time for these guys. And then the big hit, which, you know, again, we got a little assist there, but he stuffed the guy up and ultimately got the ball knocked out. So, but confidence comes with knowing where to go. And the more I see it in Baylor, for a young linebacker, they run probably the most frantic offense in the country in terms of the pace of the play, the way that they substitute, and the different looks that they present to you. So, again, that's something that Steve can take confidence from, feel better about himself going to these next couple games.
Even had the officials at one point saying, whoa, 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 guys, you got to let them substitute as well.
That's the rules.
Yeah, those are the rules. When you look overall what you've been able to do on third down, you've been pretty successful this season. Baylor was great on third down heading into the game. Bears were only 3 of 12. What did you do defensively to make sure they didn't have success on third down?
You know, I think we've always felt confident in our third down defense. When you get somebody into an obvious throwing situation, we made some good plays down the field. You know, you're able to do some different things with your pressure, maybe get the quarterback to get the ball out a little bit early. You saw the one Josh Turner pass breakup on a third down pass. So really, it just comes back to that's one of the big sort of pillars of our defense. We've been good on third down. We've not been great on fourth down. Fourth downs are helping extend drives, and we had some sort of goofy things happen with a penalty, a third down penalty kept drives alive, because these are the things against these type of offenses that lead to points. And that's what we're trying to figure out. How do we got to get the score down. We're not playing at an acceptable rate right now. Well, where's it coming from? It's coming from possession down, it comes from penalties on possession downs, things like that are extending drives, and these teams are too good to allow them to extend drives.
All right, Coach, Saturday you head up to Lawrence to take on Charlie Weiss in Kansas. Everyone knows Weiss is the offensive guy. When you look at his offense, what stands out?
Well, I think like any good coach, what you're going to try and do is you're going to try to maximize the use of your good players. And I would say Kansas has a stable of running backs that would take a backseat to nobody in this conference. They can really play. And what he's done is he's put multiple of those guys in the game. You'll see 2, 3 tailbacks in the game at one time. Gets them the ball and on the run game and the passing game. They're a very good screen team. So a lot of different things that they can do. They've changed up quarterbacks a little bit, so they've got some quarterback run game in the repertoire now. So again, like any coach, you're just trying to find out what you have on that given year and how to maximize what you have, and that's what they're trying to do.
And Coach, it could be in the 40s. I'm from Texas. I know you've got those Florida genes. Make sure you wrap up and bring the parka.
We're going to bring the heat with us.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.